Alright guys, this is Editman. We're going to part 2 of the list of hopes for Tekken 7. But yeah, as I said in my last video, this game is clearly lacking in content. I mean, like you've been hearing there, this game is so lackluster compared to previous titles. I mean, there's barely any offline content. The online is trash. So much other things. I mean, like, I didn't talk much about the online, but the online is trash because there's just so many. Well, it's fine at launch, well, for sure, but that was because you can at launch there was a feature that when you there was a feature where you could see the player's name in a rank while you're waiting for an opponent, you can see their name. Well, of course, everybody was arguing about it, so Nako had to patch it up to where you can't see their name no more. You only see a connection, like Tag 2. Also, another thing, like if you like rage quit in a promotion match, you could still get your promoted. Like that's worse than like what Revolution. And another thing I heard from people is that you get like a good win streak after you lost to like oranges and yellows. Yeah, you come back with 4 wins, and yeah, you're about to get demoted. Then why didn't you get demoted with those when you lost to like yellows and oranges? Like, look, when Street Fighter 5 came out, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition came out. That was like early 2017, just a few months before Tekken 7 release. There was a feature in the there was a feature to where you can blacklist people in rank. Like that was a godsend because now you can avoid lag switchers, scrubs, and all that kind of stuff. All you have to do is like after you win or lose, all you gotta do blacklist them. Even at the rank, all you gotta do is look at the players who you played, blacklist them. You never had to play them in rank ever again. Why is that not? That should have been in Tekken 7. Or that should have been the replacement in patch 1.05. You know what I'm saying? And another thing people have been asking for is to expand the story mode a bit. I mean, yeah, that would work, but the damage has already been done because they brought Akuma of all people. He plays an important role in the story. That's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Like just because they want to still do that Tekken cross Street Fighter. Of course, that wouldn't work because Street Fighter cross Tekken. We all know how that ended up back in 2012. And another thing, as I said about the DLC, $15, nearly $15 for an offline level with no online content. That's the dumbest DLC I've ever seen. That's like worse than all these well, I wouldn't say it's worse than those loot boxes. But the reason why people don't complain about it is because they don't play fighting games. Those people who complain about Call of Duty, they're obviously people who play first-person shooters, all these other casual games. They don't play fighting games, of course. You know what I'm saying? So they can't talk. So of course they can't talk about it till like there's a huge negative feedback on it. So stupid. I mean, I mean, this is another thing I need to talk about. It's the new characters, man. Why do we get a lot of these corny new characters? The reason for us, okay, so the reason then was because well we needed characters we needed accessible characters. Well, why didn't y'all bring a tutorial? Every fighting game has it, even Virtua Fighter, and that was like your competitor back in the day. They even got their own tutorial modes. I played Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution recently, and they have, and I mean, I'd be good at the game, but I will admit they have an outstanding tutorial. It wasn't 100% the best, because there was one tutorial mode I was stuck on for a little bit. But I appreciate their good tutorial and their mechanics. I mean, I didn't really depth about matchmaking. The thing was, it takes forever to like go to matchmaking. If they rather than just finding like one opponent, how about this? This came up recently in my head. Do it like ghost battles when have it find like 3 opponents and have the player choose between the 3 opponents and on the rank and let us see their ranks and have the play player choose what rank they want to play. They want to play on the same rank, a lower rank, or a higher rank. I mean, do something like you did with Ghost Battles. Because, matchmaking takes forever in that game. I mean, people are getting sick and tired of fighting the same opponents over and over again, or fighting opponents lower than their rank. We should at least be able to see their ranks, or have us find multiple people and let us see their ranks, and have the player choose to fight them. That's all they have to do. At least they should put that option if we're fighting the same player twice. And I also said talked about stages. What, like five? Like, are you for real? Like 5 stages, and on top of that, character episodes on one round. So there's no point going going through the arcade mode. I mean, you got Treasure Battle. I hear that's 5 stages as well. I'm just like, dude, are you serious? Like, they should have just brought back Ghost Battle. And, character episodes, they're just nothing but corny endings. I ain't got nothing much to say about those. And the story, because the damage has already been done. They're not gonna bring back certain, because for it to be better, they should have brought back at least Jun Kazama. But of course they didn't do that, so like who cares? Because I know definitely they aren't gonna bring legacy characters back. Since, oh well, nobody uses them. All they're gonna bring is the Kiryu and some corny new character. I wanted Kiryu in there to begin with, but of course, brought in a Final Fantasy character. I mean, he ain't broken, but we just didn't ask for him. I mean, I'm not sure what to think of it. Also, what I don't get is why the heck did they even nerf the backdashing? Why did they nerf moving in this game? Like, you can barely backdash and forward dash in this game. Maybe you were like wave dash as Mishima wouldn't be much of a problem, but that's going forward. I'm talking about like going backwards, especially when you're up against the heat of battle against a tough opponent. You can barely backdash because as soon as you backdash, they have a they'll hit you with a long range attack, especially against all those meter characters. That's what upsets me. Like, you got all these meter characters, you can't backdash or sidestep very fast against these characters. With how stiff the move is, you you're at a huge disadvantage against Eliza, Geese, and especially Noctis. Like, you can't backdash against those characters or sidestep very quickly. I mean, without good movement, I mean, it'll be just a close-up battle in this game. That's what Tekken 7 is in a nutshell. They just want to give these 2D characters. Oh yeah, I forgot Akuma. He has, with his fireball, the spirit tattoos. You should buff the move. They should buff the movement. It's so stiff in this game. It's a huge problem against all those meter characters I mentioned. Eliza, Geese, and Akuma, of course. I mean, all they have to do is spam their fireballs and so they can get into you. I mean, yeah, they're sidesteppable, but rage arts, rage drives, you know, they're trying so hard to be, just trying so hard to catch up with these 2D fighters. That's because they're 2D fighters. They have better and longer combos than Tekken, and of course, they need that. It's their tradition. Tekken does not need that. Even if this is because they introduced, uh, juggles back in Tekken 5. You should just at least keep rage drives and improve upon them. Because, there's some really bad rage drives. Rage arts, we all know how that turned out. There's even people who said they avoided this game because of that. Because they don't want to get, like, you get into a 90% damage an opponent. If this push has this much health in it, you ready to finish. You're trying to ready to finish him off. And as soon as you get in there combo, he pulls up a rage art and things go in slow mo and you get hit by it. And of course the opponent comes back at you and you're dead. Like that, and just like that. and it's just retarded. And another thing I don't and another thing I don't get is why are they releasing DLCs for the arcade version and not the console version, where that the consoles versions are getting support. Now they're bringing, of course, now they're gonna bring it to consoles, which they should have done a long time ago. I mean, that could at least got the game moving, but by then, player counts are all time low. I checked on Steam and it's like at 2,000. It's on average of 1,000, but by a week it's like up to 2,000 players. It's gonna be really, really low by the time all this new DLC is coming out. I haven't checked consoles yet, but I hear that their player counts are going low as well, especially on PS4. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm gonna repeat this, but if you're making new characters for the sake of making the game a lot easier, you should have easily done tutorial mode. You know what I'm saying? And also about the new characters. This is the most corniest characters I've ever seen. I mean, Lucky Chloe, some cosplayer. We already got like Alyssa. Now we gotta bring in, Alyssa's fine to me, but Lucky Chloe, she's a whole different story. Like, I'm gonna, when season two drops, I'm gonna make a video of why Tekken 7 is so bad. If the game doesn't get any better, of course, if the game doesn't get any better, I'm gonna make probably a 30-minute video of why Tekken 7 is gonna go so bad. I'm gonna go act man on this video because I'm being for real with this because this is so unbearable. Because I can't stand fighting games that are only there just for Evo and not doing much towards casuals. I mean, if they want to be new player friendly, then it's not difficult to put in a tutorial mode. Yet they don't. They expect all pros, all those people who play this game at tournaments or in Japan to tell everyone in the world how to play this game. Well, of course, they don't, so that puts people off. Now, I haven't bought Tekken 7. I'm about to get it on PC and try it out because of mods. That's why I'm trying to get a lot of modern fighting games on PC. Or if any previous Tekken game gets on PC like Tekken 6, the game you see in this background, I'll get it. I'll just wait for mods and download them. All these new characters, they ain't got good introductions. Maybe Claudio because he was in the story mode. But other than that, though, these other new characters just came out of nowhere. But my beef with them is, why are they fighting? But if you're setting up characters, you gotta give them reasons to fight. What are they fighting for? Why are they fight? Why are they fighting? What? Why this? Why that? It's more on the why, not the what's going on. I mean, yeah, they're saying this game is selling well, but I'm hearing people who are returning this game in or haven't played it, turn off this game and haven't played this game in days or like weeks, months, so that they aren't even bothering playing this game. And yet they say their game is doing well by sales. I mean, yeah, it's doing well by sales, but there's a saying of an ugly personality can ruin such a pretty face. Okay, I'm going off a bit on that one, but I mean, yeah, while the game does, well, it doesn't look as good as previous installments. Like the characters, models, they look all like glossy. Back to rank is still no rank indicators. You started this way back in Tekken 5, and it's been like what, two installments, and y'all still have not been on rank indicators. I mean, Tekken 6. I've been playing Asuka in Ghost Battles. I've been through 20 battles being yellows and greens. And she's still on first Dan. That's what I'm talking about. Tekken Tag to approve the rank. But it would still be nice if we see some indicators. Because I don't know how Tekken 7's rank system works. I'm guessing it's between Tekken 6 and 6 and Tag. but it'd be really nice to see. But as I said a few seconds ago, you lose to like greens and yellow ray, try to come back at them with a 4 to 5 win streak, and somehow you're gonna get like demoted. Like that's how it's like. What kind of ranking system is that? The player information is completely screwed. Like you can only see what rank they went at the highest, not what their recent rank. Like did they drop or did they went higher? I mean, it's funny how like the mobile version is getting a lot of legacy characters back because ever since I posted it my season season 2 hopes video, someone told me in the comments that they're bringing back Alex in the game. You know, the reptile version of Roger. I mean, at this point, Harada has no excuse of not bringing back legacy characters. I mean, you could put a lot of guest characters as much as you want, but at least you gotta do like what Street Fighter 5 did and mix them up with all their new characters because having too many new characters is gonna put people off, and people are not gonna be confident in you guys, especially if they're not introduced well. Like this whole new cast they got. I mean, this is the same problem you guys had with Soul Calibur 5. When Soul Calibur 5 dropped, everybody was complaining about their favorite characters were missing. Ever since Street Fighter Third Strike came out, everybody was complaining at the time that a lot of their favorite characters from Street Fighter 2 was missing. And they're replaced with these weird new characters. You know? A lot a lot of popular original characters will help your game in the long run. Unless you got good story reasons that character's legacy has been passed down to another generation. Like you kind of did with like Jun and Asuka. Well, not directly, but it was pretty nice. It was kind of nice to see someone who fights similarly to Jun. Okay, I need to talk about Tekken 7's DLC because I'm a little nervous what happens if they're gonna add more characters because Evo's right around the corner and I'm seeing the price tag of these two characters and I'm thinking if say Kazuma Kiryu is coming, I know he's gonna be priced at $8 along with Noctis, Geese, and any other characters they announce. So they're gonna keep the price at $8. That's it's gonna be a little bit overspending. You'll be overspending the amount of what you purchase in the game. They drop like once every few months. And also like a Tekken Bowl that costs $14. I said in the last video, like really. And if they were to add another game mode like Tekken Force, it would probably cost like around 12 to $14. A lot of people get put off because why you're having us pay over like $30 for DLC characters modes that should have been like priced way lower. And this art panel here, that was free, but you're having us pay more for characters in Tekken Bowl and probably more characters and game modes that you're gonna add in the future. So at least, would you please, at least lower the DLC price because like $16 for two characters right now, $16 for two characters plus $14 for offline mode. You're paying $30 for DLC. You're basically paying a deluxe edition where you can compare it to like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I mean, look at this. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you're paying basically $20 for four characters. I mean, sure, it's $4 more than two characters, but you're getting more characters. I mean, say what you will about Street Fighter 5 with its DLC, but Street Fighter 5, you're paying for like five characters. That's coming out one character per month, and you'll be getting a lot more out of it. And also, of course, free game modes and free updates. What good DLC that was for free? Any good free DLC that came out in Tekken 7? Name me one. So I'm hoping that they lower in around season 2 that they lower the price for these characters, these game modes. Because yeah, I'm gonna be buying Tekken 7 around season 2, and I hope that they do changes with the DLC's pricing because make Tekken. Because here's the thing about Street Fighter 5, you don't really have to pay for unlocking those characters. You could get them with in-game currency for characters and stages. As I said in my previous video, I don't know if I said it, but you could get characters and stages with in-game currency. Sure, you gotta work hard in that game, but that's a lot better than just having to pull out $30 in your pocket just to pay for a character that you're gonna mess around with for 24 hours and probably you're probably gonna not like him and just drop him. You see what I mean? Have us with the amount of money you get in like Tekken 7, have us at least use our in-game currency to pay for those. Because at this point you'll be paying for like the ultimate edition. Tekken 7 Ultimate Edition. No, this is beyond deluxe edition. So yeah, that's kind of my hopes for Tekken 7 Season 2. I hope at least this game gets better. I mean, if they're gonna release characters like once every few months, they should at least price them like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. $5. Have us pay $5 for these characters, or let us have pay. Oh, I don't know. How about maybe 1 million or 2 million G? Fight money to get them, or and their stages. No, don't let us pull out our wallets. Should just play with these characters, play for 24 hours, and drop them. Alright, that's all I gotta say about Tekken 7 Season 2, Hopes, Part 2. If you got any more hopes, leave them in the comments. And have a good day.